I want to talk to you about education and education as it happens in Jamaica. Education is defined as the process of facilitating learning or the acquisition of knowledge, skills, values, beliefs, and habits. Educational methods include storytelling, discussion, teaching, training, and directed research. It can take place under the guidance of educators. However, learners may also educate themselves. Education can take place in formal or informal settings, and any experience that has a formative effect on the way one thinks, feels, or acts may be considered educational. And education plays an important role in shaping an individual's career, the way they think, the way they have perspective. And the way education happens in Jamaica is a joke. It is a joke because the education system is set up to assess people who can remember things, not exactly people who can think, who can look at problems and form solutions. It's people who have a good memory that at the end of a process, when they're being tested, and normally it's 100% paper test, when they are being tested, those who remember what they were told, not necessarily what they learned, come out the victors. Those people are labeled bright, brilliant, smart. And in few cases, there are practical sides to this educational process. But for the most part, the educational process is paper-based. We should seek to change these things. And change them we must if we are to move forward into the future as a truly independent state. You know, in 1923, when Garvey wrote his philosophy and opinions and published them, he was so right in seeing into the future and knowing what we as a people, especially Jamaican people, because Garvey was first a Jamaican. He saw deep into the future that even people today who are present cannot see into the future like him. Garvey said, chance has never yet satisfied the hope of a suffering people. Action, self-reliance, the vision of self and the future have been the only means by which the oppressed have been and realized the light of their own freedom. Garvey also said that there is nothing in the world common to man that man cannot do. These are powerful words that creep into the annals of time, way ahead into the future. And present leadership cannot seem to understand these powerful words as a guide to move Jamaica forward. It seems as if in Jamaica, those who have power have no ideas, and those who have no ideas have all the power. Where are we going as a country? Where are we going as a people? Where is this leadership taking us? Today, Jamaica depends heavily on bauxite. It depends heavily on tourism. Where are the other industries that we can move into to offset tourism, to diversify? The old adage says, do not put all your eggs in one basket, but that is what we seem to be doing. And time again, leadership continues to tell us to hold fast, to make sacrifices. Where is the timeline for clearly defined direction? Where are the successes that are supposed to come? Every generation is told that the light is at the end of the tunnel, but it seems as if the tunnel is either empty or a train is coming towards us. The educational process does not seek to teach our young people how to think in terms of businesses. They are taught from an early age that if you get good grades, you can now graduate and move on to work for a business establishment, and not to work to get an experience that will now push you further into starting your own business or to get new ideas to start new industries. We are not a creative people by any means anymore, because leadership has sought to destroy our creativity. We are being pushed into working, and that is all we're being pushed into. Working for a company, never yet to arm us with the ability to fish so that one day we can fish for ourselves. And the mantra, education is key, is pushed around like some dominoes on a table. But nobody has sought to sit back and understand what it truly means. At an early age, our children should be taught how to establish a business, how to grow it, how to expand it, how to move it forward, how to come up with new ideas. They can be taught how to express themselves. But all we are being taught is to get these subjects and to be labeled as brilliant and bright, and then to move on to work for a company, for our companies, for the next 40 or 50 years of your life. And then when your life is considered meaningless, then you may retire and enjoy whatever is left of your life. How can we move our country forward on these ideas? Today, Jamaica is blessed with an abundance of sunlight. Where are the industries that come out of this? Where are the solar industries? We can make solar panels and sell to the rest of the world. We can make solar panels for ourselves. We can do research into solar technology and improve upon the efficiencies of these panels so that Jamaica might be called the solar capital of the world. Again, all these minerals that are in Jamaica's belly, she has produced for us, the inhabitants of Jamaica. But we who cannot be bothered with adding value to these minerals, take them and sell them to persons who come almost overnight. And they take these things and they go and they make products from them. They add value to them and they sell us back for more money than what we sold the original ores for. Recently there was a move to extract rare earth minerals from the bauxite ore that we had, and that stopped abruptly in its tracks. Seeing that technology is going where it is going, rare earth minerals are a necessity for industrialized countries to make their electronics, to make their new inventions. And yet we sit here selling the raw ore to more developed countries who will know how to extract not only aluminium, but many other minerals that we are not being told about that is in the bauxite ore. What has happened to education? Do we benefit from education as a country? No, we do not. Because a majority of people, once they attain a level of education, seek to leave Jamaica, and most of them successfully do so. Right now, Canada is gobbling up a large number of our graduates from universities. Where Canada does not gobble up the majority, England is gobbling up her share. Where England is not gobbling up her share, graduates are running to the United States because there's no availability of jobs in Jamaica to take care of those people who have become educated. So we lose thinking people. We have a substantial brain drain, especially where leadership is concerned. And these people, when they go overseas, they may send back remittances for some family members, but in the process, they are filing for mothers and fathers and brothers and sisters, so that a generation or two from now, those persons will consider themselves the citizens of their new country, and no more will they be associated with Jamaica other than by history. So Jamaica will continue to lose out on the capacity of education. Those who are left back here to fend for themselves will find it hard to create new industries because the bureaucracy that is in front of them is powerful, so that when you make one step forward, you are pulled 10 steps backward. How can we move Jamaica forward? Leadership is a relay race. One generation will take the baton and carry it 100 meters. The next generation must know that they must collect that baton in light speed and move to the next 100-meter mark before everybody else. And we do this until we have accomplished and won the race. But leadership in Jamaica seems to think that it is power unto themselves for self-gratification, and not know that leadership is a privileged place that the people have placed on them to do business on behalf of the people. How can education help us when our best and our brightest are leaving our shores and oftentimes never return, and they become citizens of another country who they go and create new products, new ideas, new industries, and all we hear is that they belong to Jamaican fathers and mothers. They are the offspring or offshoot of Jamaicans. We need them to be Jamaicans. The industries in Jamaica can be shaped, as we see people like Dr. Lowe at the University of the West Indies, who has made several drugs through his pioneering research into cannabis, into Guinean weed, and into many other plants that are native to Jamaica. Why can't we think of having a four-pillared approach to success in Jamaica? One, we need to have a pharmaceutical market in Jamaica. And as Dr. Lowe has demonstrated, it can be done and it must be done. We need to expand this with bolt speed. That is one pillar of success. We need to expand the cannabis industry and to mandate that all colleges and universities that have research capabilities begin to push out new products from cannabis. Thirdly, we need a pillar where we have solar research into efficient panels and to efficient equipment that will power the solar industry. And we need to move with great urgency. Leadership needs to hit the ground running and to have a motor strapped to their back when they're doing this. Finally, the entire world is going electric. At a time when Jamaica seems to be having electricity issues, where lockoffs happen daily, where many areas in this small island are without electricity, how do we tackle the issue of electricity. And I mean electricity in the sense that we can electrify Jamaica, but also we need to go into battery technology. The entire world is searching for the holy grail of battery storage. Again, we need to start pushing our research into battery storage. We already have the sunlight that is God-given. All we need to do now is apply our brains as it relates to battery storage. It can be done. We have brilliant people here. The same people, if they're given the opportunity overseas, who will make successes upon successes, can be done here in Jamaica. It takes leadership to do it. Garvey said, "The ends you serve that are selfish will take you no further than yourself. But the ends you serve that are for all in common will take you even into eternity." This is the thinking of a man who was light years ahead of his time, who was a Jamaican and who made an indomitable effect on the world. A race without authority and power is a race without respect. How much longer must we grovel at the feet of other countries and other nations? How much longer will we beg other people for donations, for grants, for gifts? Don't we have shame? Can't we have the capacity to feel pride? We have had successful business people in the world, top-notch business people. We have had successful athletes in the world that shows that if we apply ourselves, we can beat the world. We have had musicians who the world look up to. Where are our leaders that the world will look up to? Where is the leadership that will inspire the world? The way our music, the way our sportsmen and women have inspired the world. Where is that leadership? Today, Jamaica's GDP is a paltry sum, where many countries and companies outside of Jamaica, companies employing just a few thousand people, have a larger GDP than an island with approximately 3 million people. There is no company today that I can tell that has 3 million employees, but yet still they make more money than the combined GDP probably of the entire Caribbean. Where is our leadership? How much longer are we going to be promised of the successes that we ought to have like anybody else? Will it happen when the world is ending? Will it happen when everybody dies off? When will it happen? I say the best time to start making it happen is now. Education in its current form is failing us because the educated do not stay to build Jamaica. I heard some time ago a politician say that it would be good for Jamaica if we could train a lot of people and send them out to other countries to work because the remittances would benefit Jamaica. I shook my head in shame because this backward thinking is what is setting us back. Because that person might send $300 are equivalent to Jamaica. 300 euros are equivalent to Jamaica. 300 pounds per month are equivalent to Jamaica. But if that person was working in Jamaica, we'd have gotten that 5,000 or 3,000 pounds per month in Jamaica. That person would have bought a house, bought a car, spend money on groceries, entertainment, investment in Jamaica, that person would have probably employed 2 or 3 other persons in Jamaica. That person would have been a leader to move and shake things up in Jamaica for Jamaicans. Yet you are sending this person with all this potential to another country, to serve another country, to make a family in another country, and ultimately to be another person in another country. What is education doing for us? People, think about these things. Think about these things and understand the situation we find ourselves in. Garvey said ambition is the desire to go forward and improve one's condition. It is a burning flame that lights up the life of the individual and makes him see himself in another state. To be ambitious is to be great in mind and soul, to want that which is worthwhile and strive for it, and to go on without looking back, reaching to that which gives satisfaction. To be humanely ambitious is to take in the world, which is the province of man. To be divinely ambitious is to offend God by rivaling him in his infinite majesty. A mouthful, but it says so much. People, until next time, big up on yourself.